This is Dr. Ron Daniels, president of the Institute of the Black World 21st Century and convener of the National African American Reparations Commission. And this is a post-State of the Black World Conference message to all of those who came and all of those who wish they could come and maybe didn't come about the extraordinary conference. And I'm doing it. You know, we had this big legacy award program, and it was like 80 plus one for me, like 80 years old plus one. That was on last Saturday, but today is April 26th, which is my actual birthday. So I'm coming to you on 80 plus one equals 81 to talk to you about State of the Black World Conference 5. And there's going to be more. We're going to send more and more information to you, but we just want to get a message out to you very quickly. And we really want to thank all of those who came out, who supported, who engaged, who helped organize, friends and advocates. I mean, this was a major, major, major effort. And to be honest about it, I am exhausted, but I'm exhilarated because we said this could potentially be a milestone gathering, one of the great gatherings of Black people, of African people of the 21st century. And it proved to actually be that. One person called it the United Nations of Black people, or whatever you want to call it. People were able to interface and work with each other and meet each other and network and share from all over the Black world. But among those, P.J. Patterson, the former Prime Minister of Jamaica, and a global statesman. He delivered a milestone. I mean, it was a historic address. And we're going to have that up on the website soon, and you'll be able to see it. Mark Morial, he was on fire, president of the National Urban League. And of course, we had our sister who just got elected mayor of the Association of African American Mayors. I hope that right, have that right. And we call her Mayor John Orlando Patterson from up there in Mount Vernon, New York. And she set the place on fire. And then we had coming all the way from Columbia, the first senator from her region, actually, and her region is like the Maroon region, where they fought against the invading Spanish and others who wanted to conquer enslaved Africans. And we honored her at the State of the Black World Conference. Senator Dorina Palomino was there, along with Hector Conones, the assistant to Vice President Francia Marquez, who could not come because they have a protocol that if the president's in the country, the vice president can't be in the country at the same time. And the president, Petro, was in the United States at that time. And then we heard from Bobby Wine, the young, brilliant artist, entertainer, celebrity, but is a political genius, he electrified the place. And we said, we may well have seen the next president of Uganda, and we sure need to get rid of Museveni, who has been responsible for the murder and death of millions of Africans. And now you see Africans rising through young people like Bobby Wine, who came and hung out with us for a couple of days as well. So it was getting more and more exciting as people like that joined in the conversation. And then when we closed it out, and there's a lot more that happened, 3 younger leaders that I love and admire so much. We had Maurice Mitchell, who is the director of the Working Families, national director of the Working Family Party. And they had just scored a major victory in Chicago. And he set the place on fire. And then next we had our sister Tarana Burke, who was the founder of the Me Too movement. And she just gave us, a really, really deep internal discussion about how we need to be addressing issues of sexual violence against women, and well received. And then Latasha Brown, the co-founder of Black Lives Matter, took the stage, started off with a Negro spiritual, and just towed a place down. Just electrified the place. You don't know what you've missed. It was so powerful. And I feel so good about it. I'm tired because this is what we wanted. We wanted something that was spiritual, cultural, information, inspiration, and action oriented. So you leave with, inspired and encouraged, but also with tools in your arsenal. Dr. Julius Garvey was also there for the closing session. He was our honorary chairman. We talked about African humanism. And by the way, all of these speeches, all of this information will soon be on IBW website in one way or another. And then I think more than anything else, people appreciate the content. You know, those 8 issue areas we talked about? Well, if you didn't go, we talked about those in other videos. 8 areas, you know, from gentrification to murders and violence and fratricide in our community, the whole issue of socially responsible business development, water is a human right, hip hop, the role of hip hop in the Black freedom struggle, making Black Lives Matter. I mean, they were on fire. I mean, and the point is people got a chance to get a taste of all these. And then on Saturday, I walked by the different rooms and people were just in it, just deeply involved in coming to share with each other and learn from each other, which is what we say is the essence of what we're about as IBW. We talk about the whole question of creating a culture of collaboration to heal and empower Black families, communities, and nations. And that's what we were involved in. And people seem to have gotten it. One person, not more than one, but one in particular came up and said, this conference changed my life. Another couple came up and said they had never seen anything quite like this, the connectivities and the kind of people they met. And went on to say that when they come next time, and we hope there is a next time, if you come and help us, there'll be a next time. They're going to bring their 21-year-old son. Say he has to be exposed to what's happening, this kind of conference. And then there were people who just volunteered. And it just made it so good to feel about, because we need your help to build out IBW as this global resource center, this global vehicle for Black empowerment. We need people who can join us on the board and volunteers and advisors. People have different skills. And one sister came and says, I'm an events planner and I am going to volunteer to help. Others talked about public relations. Others are in the areas of finance and fundraising. All of these areas, we're going to need help. And that brings me to how you can help, because this was one of the great gatherings and people have such great expectations. They want to know, well, how do we continue? Well, one of the things we're going to do, even if you didn't come, all of those 8 issue areas, we're going to have, I think maybe beginning May 1st or the first week in May, we're going to show 1 a week of each of those plenary sessions, so you get a chance to actually see them. And then you'll see some of the speeches that took place as well. And they were just so inspiring and so powerful and so fulfilling that you don't want to miss those. But if you want to volunteer or you want to help, now we also, and we'll have a special appeal coming out, but you don't have to wait, because we ran a deficit of about $100,000. That convention center was so expensive. I mean, I was like shocked. The electricity bill, all these things that, oh man, it was just amazing. Just shocking really how much things cost. But nonetheless, we got through it and we're not worried about it. We're not worried about it because we know that our people are going to support us in overcoming this deficit so we can move forward. So you can go to the website, ibw21.org. That's IBW, the numeral 21.org. And you can make a contribution. Go to the donate button. And there may be an indication there. Go general support, IBW21.org, general support. There may be a button there that asks you about volunteering. If so, do so. If not, we'll be getting back to you in any event. But you can also email us, make your contribution, email us at info@ibw21.org, info@ibw21.org. Or you can just pick up the phone and call us toll free, 888-774-2921. That's 888-774-2921. It was wonderful. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm exhilarated, but I really ain't no ways tired. I ain't no ways tired. You know what I mean? The spiritual, I come too far from where I started from. And I'm still on this journey, the vision and mission of Dr. Ron Daniels, that journey for justice. At 81 years old, yes, I'm looking to cross-generational transfer. We are going to be passing this on to the next generation. And we had tremendous young people in different areas for coming, and you may be one of them, and some of them came to volunteer as well. And we're going to be looking to you because we know that we're not immortal. But what we can leave is an institution that does what IBW does: the connectivity, the facilitation, the sharing of information. Again, we are each other's best teachers, and it was demonstrated time and time again. People said, I've never been a meeting like this, where people were gathered throughout the global Black diaspora, throughout the Pan-African world. If you missed it, sign up. When you go to the IBW21.org, IBW21.org, sign up for the newsletter, spread the word, ask others to do likewise, because we want to build a huge mailing list to keep the information flowing. You can help us by doing that. And then if you can make a contribution, fine. If you can't, that's fine too. If you want to volunteer, indicate that as well. IBW21.org, email info@ibw21.org, or call us at 888-774-2921. This is Dr. Ron Daniels. I'm enjoying my 81st birthday talking to you. By the way, there will be a Baltimore Declaration that I'm working on with all the action items and all the wonderful things. By the way, I didn't even mention the Haiti session. Oh my goodness, the Haiti session was powerful. Leslie Voltaire delivered all of this. I mean, just an extraordinary conference. There was so many highlights mentioned. I couldn't mention everything, but you'll be hearing about it. And we're going to have this Baltimore Declaration that's coming up. So thank you for listening to me on 80+1, April 26th. This is my actual birthday, and I'm enjoying the fact that I get to share with you on my 81st birthday. A luta continua, the struggle continues, forward ever, backward never.